3 Daesh family members brought home. Good evening, I'm Carlos and welcome to News on 2. Former Prime Minister Dato Sri Najib Tun Razak and former Treasury Secretary General Tan Sri Muhammad Irwan Siddiqa Abdullah pleaded not guilty in the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court today to 6 counts of criminal breach of trust, or CBT, involving more than 6.6 billion ringgit of funds belonging to the Malaysian government. Dato Sri Najib, 65, and Tan Sri Irwan, 61, made the plea after the charges were read out before Judge Azman Ahmad. Now, on the first and second counts, Dato Sri Najib and Tan Sri Irwan were charged with committing CBT on a 1.2 billion ringgit and 655 million government property, which was entrusted to them with dominion over it. On the third and fourth counts, they were alleged to have committed CBT on a 220 million ringgit and 1.3 billion ringgit property entrusted to them with dominion over it in the Federal Consolidated Fund, belanja mengurus di bawah maksud B11 Perkhidmatan Am Perbendaharaan Aktiviti 0217000 KL International Airport Burhan or KLIAB belonging to the government. For the fifth and sixth charges, they were alleged to have committed CBT on a 1.26 billion ringgit and 2 billion ringgit government property, which was entrusted to them with dominion over it. The duo allegedly committed the offences at the Finance Ministry complex in Putrajaya between 21st December 2016 and 18 December 2017. Now, they're charged under Section 409 of the Penal Code for CBT by a public servant or agent, carries a maximum 20 years imprisonment, whipping and a fine upon conviction. The court allowed 1 million ringgit bail in 2 sureties to each accused and ordered for them to surrender their international and diplomatic passports to the court. The judge then allowed both accused to pay 500,000 ringgit of the bail amount today and the rest to be paid in 10 days from today. The case will be up for mention on 29th November. Now, meanwhile, former spy chief Dato Hassana Abdul Hamid has been charged with criminal breach of trust, CBT, involving 50.4 million ringgit in public funds. Now, Dato Hassana, 61, who was charged in her capacity as a Director General of a research division in the Prime Minister's Department, was accused of committing CBT in the Prime Minister's Department in Putrajaya between the 30th of April and the 9th of May this year. Another charge was made under Section 409 of the Penal Code, which provides a maximum 20 years jail and whipping, plus a fine upon conviction. And lead prosecutor Dato Sri Gopal Sri Ram asked for a 1 million ringgit bail. However, Dato Hassana's counsel Shahrudin Ali appealed for the sum to be set at 300,000 ringgit. The court then set bail at 500,000 ringgit in 2 sureties pending the case mentioned on the 20th of November. The accused was also ordered to surrender her passport, which will be held until the case is over. Dato Hassana was detained by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission on the 28th of August to facilitate investigation of power abuse and misappropriation of government funds for the 14th general election and then remanded for 6 days. Well, the former executive director pleaded not guilty to 7 charges of alleged criminal breach of trust, CBT, on his company fund involving a loss of 8.6 million ringgit between 2008 and 2014. Now, the accused, Si Cheo Shan, 59, who is charged under Section 409 of the Penal Code, made the plea soon after the charges were read in front of Judge Aizatul Akmal Maharani. Now, according to the charges, C was charged with fraudulently transferring the company's funds to his personal RHB account. And the offense was committed at the company address in Sri Alam, Johor, between 16 December 2008 and 1st January 2014. The prosecution was done by Deputy Public Prosecutor Nur Farhana Adham, while the accused was represented by defense lawyer G. Ravi. And Judge Aizatul Akmal allowed the accused to be released on a 250,000 ringgit bail with 1 surety and to hand over his passport to the court until the completion of the case. The court ordered the accused to pay 50,000 ringgit bail today, while the balance 200,000 ringgit is to be paid by 8th December. The case is set for remention on 21st November. A National Legal Aid Foundation, or YBGK, lawyer was slapped with 9 charges of submitting false claims worth 450 ringgit. 3 years ago at the Aikro Sessions Court today. The accused, Kwek Kia Ping, 32, pleaded not guilty when the 9 charges were read out via an interpreter before Judge Dato Muhammad Nasir Nordin. Now, according to the charges, the accused is alleged to have submitted 9 forms worth 50 ringgit each for hearing or mitigation services that never took place. Now, the offences took place at the YBGK Malacca office in Bukit Sabukor, Malacca Tengah between the 13th and the 23rd of April 2015. Kwek was charged according to the Section 18 of the MACC Act 2009, which carries a maximum 20-year jail term and a fine worth 5 times the amount of the claim, or 10,000 ringgit, or whichever is higher. The judge allowed the accused to be released on a 15,000 ringgit bail and set the 28th of November as the date for case mentioned. Now, the police, with the cooperation of Turkish authorities and the Malaysian embassy to Turkey, has successfully brought home 3 family members involved in the Daesh militant group from Syria on 6 October. And this was confirmed by Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Fuzi Harun today.
Tan Sri Fuzi said that around 102 Malaysians were confirmed to have joined the Daesh group in Syria, out of which 37 had been killed. He also assured the safety of the families of the militant group who were safely brought back.
Jadi proses untuk membawa beliau pulang ni memakan masa lebih kurang antara 3 minggu ke sebulan lah. Jadi kita bersyukur kepada Allah, kehadrat Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, kerana operasi ini berjaya kita laksanakan dengan licin.
The IGP further noted that police will also arrange the flight tickets to Daesh members who would like to come back voluntarily. At the moment, there are more than 50 Malaysians in Syria. 4 of them have expressed their desire to return to the country.
Well, any decision on reopening of investigation into the death of Teo Beng Hock, then an aide to DAP assemblyman, should be made by the Attorney General, the AG. Now, elaborating further, Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said police would only initiate fresh investigations should there be a directive to do so.
Saya diberitahu masih di peringkat peguam negara. Apa-apa keputusan yang nak dibuat mesti ada keputusan daripada peguam negara untuk mengarahkan pihak siapa pun polis dan sebagainya untuk memulakan pendengaran semula dan sebagainya. Jadi setakat hari ini belum ada lagi.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin said this following a statement by a lawyer for Teo's family, Ram Kapal Singh, for the police to carry out further investigation into Teo's death. Meanwhile, Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Muhammad Fuzi Harun said police had yet to get further instructions from the Attorney General's chambers on the matter. Teo was found dead on 19 July 2009 at the corridor of the 5th floor of Plaza Masalam in Shah Alam after giving his statement at the Selangor Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC office, which is on the 14th floor of the building.
Kedah Parti Keadilan Rakyat PKR leaders in remand, a leader is in remand for a week beginning today into alleged money politics in the party election. Now, the remand order against the 59-year-old party leader was issued by Alustar Magistrates Court Assistant Registrar Jamaluddin Elias earlier this morning. Now, the remand order was issued following an application by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, for investigation under Section 16, Subsection A of the MACC Act 2009. According to a source, the suspect was alleged to have asked for 20,000 ringgit from a party member to enable the latter to contest for a divisional head post in Kedah in the ongoing PKR election. The suspect, who contested in one of the state constituencies in the last general election, was arrested at 4:10 p.m. yesterday when he surrendered to the state MACC office. Well, police have detained a 27-year-old man for posting an offensive comment on Facebook on an accident on the East Coast Expressway yesterday, which claimed the lives of 2 policemen. And Pahang Commercial Criminal Investigation Department Head Superintendent Muhammad Wazir Muhammad Yusof said the suspect, who works as a laborer at a fish jetty, was arrested at a house in Kampung Parit, Tengah Pekan at 10:30 p.m. yesterday. And Superintendent Muhammad Wazir said the laborer was arrested following a report that the post could tarnish the image of the police force. He said a Samsung Galaxy J2 Prime handphone and two